to Better Together. Did I not have sound at the beginning of that?
No, you didn't. Let's start.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Better Together. When you know better, you get better. Kelsey's still opening up her eyes over there. Morning, Kelsey.
Hi.
Can I hear you?
Hi.
There we go. It is Monday, November 16th. We're just getting back in the swing of things, so forgive us. Our quote of the day: never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons. And best days give memories. And that's from Menounos. I love that, actually. It's very true. It's just hard to remember that in the moments of the worst days and the bad days. But I think that's really great. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to our Heal Squad.
Welcome.
Very exciting day because it's our Fun Day chat show.
That's right.
And I'm really liking our music now.
Thank you. I liked it too.
I think this is it.
I think this is it too.
I think we've settled.
Yep,
It
I
makes
agree.
me happy. It gives me a little twinkle.
Oh, that's what I want.
Jeff, what's that like thing in the side of your frame? Is
His
that
microphone.
Oh, it's my mic. Let me just cheat it a little bit this way.
Is your mom sitting next to you with like, it looks like somebody with like a patterned shirt is sitting next to you?
That would be awesome.
Not quite that exciting. It's just the fuzzy designs on my microphone.
Interesting. How is the Midwest treating you, Jeff?
Oh, Maria. Well, this weekend I made a coconut
Lord.
angel food cake with a pineapple curd layered
you
in
didn't.
between.
Wait, what? Do you do
yeah.
this off the top of your head?
Well, I've been watching a lot of the Great British Baking Show. I don't know if any of our listeners are watching that show or not, but I'm a huge super fan of the Great British Baking Show. So I've been trying to find recipes that test all of the skills. So I've made a homemade caramel, a homemade meringue. All of this is from scratch. And a curd is tricky. This is my first time making a curd. So I made a pineapple curd, which is tough because the enzymes need cornstarch. And then I layered that in between a
What does that
coconut
even
angel fruit cake
mean?
from scratch.
Whoa. Your
having a lot of
in-laws
fun.
love you.
Yeah, it's been good. It's I think they're tired of probably having all this dessert because it's like if it's every weekend I'm making an unhealthy cake, they can only eat a little bit. But I just love, the thing I love about baking is it's like kind of the self-care stuff we talk about on this show.
Uh-huh.
There's not much stakes to it. Like if it doesn't turn out well, I'm not upset. I gave it my best shot. But I can be creative and have fun without it feeling like it's this huge high stakes thing.
Interesting. I mean, anything you've baked that I've eaten, that lemon poppy thingy, don't send any, please. I'm on a no sugar. By the way, I haven't had sugar since I got my A1C test.
You've been great.
Wow.
You've been
How long
really
has
good.
that been? Has it been a week?
Week.
Yeah.
A little over a week.
No sugar.
But we
Very
were even,
impressive.
Jeff, we even went through, well, you guys will hear about it, but our dinner was from the little mart at the airport yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And Maria resisted the dark chocolate.
Yeah.
I was proud.
Kelsey goes, ooh, dark chocolate. And then I turned it around. Now, I had not looked before. By the way, that's also screwed me over because I was getting the dark chocolate thinking I was doing better. And there's like 14 grams of added sugars on top of the 12 grams in there. And God only knows, I think it's 3 servings per one of those kind of bigger bars.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was taking those suckers down. Like maybe 2 of those big bars a week, I feel like.
They're tricky. Like you have
I
to get.
forgot about those.
Yeah, they're tricky.
Till just now.
Yep.
So I said no
She did.
because when I get disciplined, I get disciplined.
Which is good for me too, because if she would have said yes, then I would have had some, and I can't have it either. But she said no, and I said, okay, good.
Yeah, I know it was kind of crazy, but now I realize it was a combination of poor choices that got my A1C level up, and so we are getting that sucker down. But yeah, we were traveling this weekend for this NFL Films gig I was doing with the Washington football team. So we traveled to D.C. and it was interesting because, you know, I hadn't really thought it through when I did it. Like when I said yes to doing it, I was kind of just, you know, not thinking it all through. And then when it came to it, Jeff, I was like, oh shit, we have to stay in a hotel overnight. And the anxiety hit. And, oh no, the ladybug just landed on my chin.
Oh my
I
gosh.
forgot to mention, guys, there's been a ladybug crawling around my microphone. And then I just went too close to the mic and she landed on my chin. Now she's on my finger.
She's
Do
good luck.
animals just love you. I really feel like that's the ladybug trying to say hi.
I love it. She's got kind of a crusty butt. That's kind of interesting.
A crusty butt. What does a crusty butt look like on a ladybug?
I don't know. It just looks crusty. But I'm sitting here like, what's on my chin? And it was her.
How old is she?
She's very old.
Oh,
Yeah, because
that's why she's crusty.
her ladybug
Sweet girl.
spots are definitely like mushy because she's kind of brown now. Oh no, don't go up my sleeve because then you're gonna go into my body. So I have a friend. I forgot to mention. Yes, it's me, Kelsey, Jeff, and Lady.
And lady.
And lady.
So
We
she's
love her.
tickling me down. Go back on the mic, Lady. Get back up there. Okay,
Oh
no,
my
go back up on the. Okay, there she goes. Okay, now ring around the
This
rosy.
is really good for our podcasters who you guys can't see this. You guys got to jump on YouTube every once in a while.
Yeah,
Really
click
get in on the
subscribe,
action.
so then you can see Lady in all her glory, just roaming around my microphone here. There she is
Truly.
again. Yeah, if you haven't hit subscribe, and if you haven't followed us on Instagram at Better Together with Maria for some inspirational content and a good kind of destination for our Hill Squad. Anyhow, so we get to DC and didn't realize there was this million MAGA march going on. I mean, we were just there at like the craziest of times. And so anyhow, we get to the hotel and, you know, I have my Lysol wipes. I'm cleaning everything I can, but I kept having anxiety all night. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I should have just flown in, done my thing, and left the same day, but I didn't think it through. And so when I got to the arena on Sunday, everybody was pretty much saying the same thing, that they were like wiping everything down. Everyone's having anxiety, and you know, we're being really, 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 really careful, obviously. But at the same time, you're still flying, you're still doing all these things. And in the airport on the way home, people were coughing. They had no masks on, like because they're sitting at the restaurant area. And I'm like, okay, we can't go anywhere near them. So we went across the other side of the airport to wait. And it was really scary. So I got a phone call from Meredith. Now, if you've listened to the show for a long time, you know Meredith's one of my good friends, and she lives in Chicago. And you know Chicago's on lockdown. So she sends me a DM with her COVID test that's positive. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Yeah, Jeff, she's positive.
Look at
Oh
Jeff's
my
face.
God.
And so I hope I'm able to talk about this publicly. Shit. Well,
Sorry, Mayor.
you don't know which Meredith friend it is, guys. That was bad. Anyway, so anyhow, so she was going to be going back to the East Coast for a while for the holidays. And before she left, she wanted to visit her friend's baby. So in order to do that, she went and got a COVID test, feeling totally fine, knowing she was going to get a negative, and she got a positive, which is something we hear about a lot, but never people that I've been close to. So she's like, I always have sinus issues, so I didn't even notice a difference between my normal and this. She's like, I feel fine. I would have never known. So now we're in DC, and I'm in full panic mode, being like, oh my God, all of these people around us. And I started laughing because Meredith always goes with me to football games and stuff. I'm like, it could have been her here with us infecting people, and we would have never known.
Truly.
Wow.
Right? They test your temperature. Temperature isn't everything. She doesn't have a fever. It's
I
really
know.
scary.
Well, I'm excited, Maria, because part of what we're going to do today is talk about all the precautions that you took. And the truth is, you know, some people have to travel right now. Some people, whether it's for work or their livelihood or whatever. So I really think it's going to be interesting for you to kind of inform us on, I know that you're one of the most cautious people when it comes to this stuff. So I'll be really interested to see what your insight is here.
Well, I bagged up Lysol wipes so that I didn't have to bring that big round thing. And so the second we get on the plane, we wipe everything down. Seat belts, chairs, everything we're going to touch gets wiped down. Then we go to the bathroom, we wash our hands. And then we have our hand sanitizer there, and we're still hand sanitizing nonstop. Masks on, trying not to ever take it off, like not eating on the plane really.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Glasses. I'm a big glasses gal.
yeah, we did get a little hungry, so we threw some pistachios down fast, but
That we did.
not lingering with the mask off. Like, I know it's kind of funny to think, oh yeah, you can take the mask off to eat. Well, what's the point then?
I know.
Right? So when I was telling my mom, because they're going to be flying out next week, I said, you know, to the caretaker and to my mom, you guys, no eating and drinking on the plane for her. Like, if she's thirsty and she has, really, really bad thirst, okay, give her a little water. But I don't take
Stick
that
a
mask
straw
off.
up
Yeah.
underneath the,
Yeah,
you
do
know?
not take that mask off ever. And I told my dad the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild. In the hotel, we wiped everything down, and then anytime I needed to touch something, I had a tissue in my hands. I would touch it with a tissue. But it's scary. It's really, really scary. And it's kind of exploding. And it's interesting because there were a lot of people who believed that COVID, once the election happened, would disappear, and that it was like a political thing. And obviously that has, kind of come and gone when you see states are still shutting down and countries are shutting down. But it's such a wild reality, and I'm hearing people having such difficulties. Someone we were working with yesterday, had to call her mom crying, saying we're not going to be able to be together at Thanksgiving, and families are having to make really, really tough decisions, and we're going to be making those tough decisions right alongside everybody. I feel like it's scary.
I know. I mean, I'm feeling more and more. Some days I feel less optimistic when you look at the numbers and you look at how things are surging. But I also do believe that at this time next year, things are going to look different, because I've been reading that Pfizer's vaccine is 94.5% effective. That's the newest result. And, part of what we do on this show, and this might be a good transition into our next segment, is we try to bring you guys good news. And I know it's really hard right now. I know it is dark right now, but even flu vaccines aren't that reliable. 94.5 is a crazy high number for a vaccine. So the effectiveness just keeps going up. And the fact that that trial is having that good of results means that other trials are going to start to have those results too. And I'd be curious to hear what you guys think, but I would take a vaccine tomorrow. I feel like if someone told me this was ready, I'd pop it, because I'm so ready to start the herd immunity process to get going.
I'm always shocked at people that are like, Alyssa was like, shoot me up, my other best friend. I'm like,
No.
yeah, I'll be taking a minute before I do anything like that.
Me too.
But the birth control pill is like 99.9% effective, isn't it? And think of how many people get pregnant on birth control.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
That's the only thing I was thinking of. When
That's good.
Is it 99.9%? I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you can't guarantee
it's
anything, right?
better
But
than what we're dealing with, obviously.
better than what we're dealing with, which is good. And it's also, this is a weird way to look at it, but the fact that your friend got it and was diagnosed positive and didn't necessarily realize, the downside to that is people are spreading it. But the upside is we might be getting to herd immunity faster than we think, because if people are non-symptomatic carriers, they're adding to that percentage of the people that need to get it before we can get numbers to fall again. So it's better to have that happen through a vaccine, but at the same time, the fact that it's showing up non-symptomatic means that not everyone who gets this is going to be in the hospital.
Yeah, but I don't understand herd immunity when you can get it more than once.
Is that proven that you can?
Yeah, people have gotten it more than once.
The second strain,
Right, because it morphs or whatever. Yeah.
I know.
Do you know what
so
I'm saying?
wild. I mean, even being 7 months in, I still feel like we don't have all the information.
No, we don't know. I feel like I know nothing.
Guys,
I
Lady
know.
is just sitting here waiting to get back on my chin. She's right here under my chin waiting.
What does Lady think about all this?
Lady thinks this is all madness. It is Good News Monday. So
Ready?
our partnership with Good News Movement Monday continues. And yeah, I'm ready. Let's play Jeff.
Good News Monday.
Amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
All right. Donnie Wahlberg left a big tip. Jeff, tell us.
Well, I chose this one specifically, Maria, because I know you love the Wahlbergs. The thing that's great about them is that I kind of feel like they're like Hollywood's Bostonian cousins, right? Like they don't have that same level of A-list pretentiousness that some stars have. They're just kind of grounded and down to earth, and I've always loved the Wahlbergs. But Donnie specifically went to a Cape Cod, Massachusetts diner and left a $2,020 tip on his $35 bill. He's calling it the 2020 tip challenge, which I love.
Cute.
And, this was around the holidays. These hardworking, essential diners, waitresses, people who are in the public service industry, they're the people we should really be thinking about right now. So I thought this was such an amazing story. And the waitress who got that tip said she's going to donate some of that money to foster care around Christmas.
Oh.
Wait, no, not only just that, Jeff, because we're always on the same page. I see all these Good News Movement Instagram feed posts, and they always inspire me. So I read this, and I'm in the know on this one. She instantly gave money to everyone around her that worked with her.
That's awesome.
And she's donating the money. Now, I don't know many people who are struggling out there who would get a $2,000 tip and share it with anybody because they need it desperately. Like, that just shows, I mean, God, she's obviously a special person. And wow, what a kind of way to show us how to be, you know?
Truly. I mean, way to set the example, right? It's like, I feel like people, and maybe, I mean, I wish Donnie Wahlberg could call in, but it's like when you...
We should have actually.
Right?
We should have
I
reached
know.
out to him.
And maybe tomorrow. But like when you give something or you donate or whatever it is, I feel like you can feel people's energy that you're giving to, right? So I wonder if he with this woman was like, you'll do the right thing with this. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm curious about that because I feel like, and maybe it was just he was just being nice, but she was their waitress. I don't know. I'm curious about that.
Well, he does eat there a lot.
Right?
From what the owner had said. I will say this was not started by him. Someone else started the 2020 tip challenge, I believe.
Oh,
That's what I remember reading the other night when I saw this.
I didn't realize that. I'll look that up.
Yeah.
But either way, it has since gone viral since he did
That's
it.
awesome.
But
I think
Donnie
his
is
hashtag was the big
such a
push.
kind. I'll never forget when I got on Twitter. He told all of his people on Twitter, follow Maria. And I got so many followers right off the bat.
Oh.
He's a very generous guy and very sweet. And I've always loved Donnie. He's amazing.
That's
So-
awesome.
Thinking about what you said, Kels, too, I know what you mean about sensing the energy of people to give to, but I also think it's just that giving is contagious, right?
Yeah.
If you bring out that spirit of giving, people can't help but feel compelled to also give. And I think the more personal we can make giving, Kevin calls it like charitable microtransactions. We've been talking about this a lot on the holiday show, especially right now at this time of year. Any small personal thing that you can do with someone really is contagious, and that's kind of how we make a difference. So that's kind of how I took it, Kels, was she knew when she got that tip. It's hard to not give when someone gives to you.
Yeah, you're so right. So right.
Cool. Well, that's our good news Monday
I love that.
of the day. Our Monday good news Monday, however we want to broach it. But yeah, so Kelsey and I did go on another adventure, and I was profiling Julie Donaldson for NFL Films show on Epix. So this Wednesday night at 9
o'clock Eastern,
you'll get to see that profile. She's actually the first female in an NFL broadcast booth calling a game, which is kind of shocking. And Jeff, what's really funny is we were leaving, and one of the producers, we were chatting on the way out, and it hit me that I almost went into sports. Now, I remember that part. The part that I'm about to tell you I didn't remember until that moment. But I was a sportscaster at Emerson College. Like, that's what I did regular broadcast journalism, like news anchoring, and then I did sports. I never did entertainment, and I never wanted to do entertainment, which is so funny.
So funny.
And so I loved sports and I loved hard news. And so when I was a junior at Emerson, or no, maybe it was the beginning of my junior year. I went to this broadcasting conference. I think it was in Nashville. And Nashville was just getting the Nashville Predators, which is their NHL hockey team. I was a psycho hockey fan. So this was my sophomore year, and this is why I know. So I was a sophomore. I was obsessed with hockey, and it was before I met Kevin. I met Kevin junior year. And so the news director of the one of the local stations there actually offered me a job to call their sports games, like to be a sportscaster for them, because I knew hockey so well. I knew all the rules. I knew, everything. I knew offsides. I knew the blue line. I knew, hat tricks. I knew all the terminology because I was a psycho fan. And I was like, I can't, I remember looking, I'm like, I can't leave college. Like, what? And And luckily I didn't, because maybe, my life would have taken a different path than it did. Who the heck knows? It obviously didn't happen for a reason, but I was like, no, I have to stay in school, but thank you. And I was so honored that I got a job that fast. But yeah, I was like,
crazy.
it's funny when you're in those moments and you're like, oh yeah, I kind of almost did that, which is funny.
Maria, that's interesting though. I mean, we're going to have an episode on listening to your gut and talk about what it really means to listen to your intuition. But I would have to think for a minute, you thought, I'm dropping out. If you look at the purpose of college is to find a job, did part of you think let me jump the line?
If I remember correctly, I of course entertained the idea, but I knew I was still too early on and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I did get my job senior year at Channel 1 News and left school then. So I never went back and finished. I got my job at Channel 1 News, and that was the thing to jump for. That was national. It was in LA, which is where I really wanted to be. And at that point, I already, had met Kevin and had somebody next to me that had been in the business. So he was like, oh my God, no question. Which at that point, my dad was pretty upset that I was dating someone who wasn't Greek and, kind of pulled my education away. And so I couldn't go back anyway. So I had to take the job. And it all worked out from there, thank God. But yeah, under normal circumstances, I think you would jump at that. But I was a sophomore. To leave then felt really strange, and moved to Nashville and
The whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the takeaway with that is you had to have enough check marks to make that choice. It's like with the Nashville job, yes, it's a paid hosting gig. Yes, it's sports, which you love, but it's in Nashville. You're only a sophomore. You've got more you need to do. Whereas with the Channel 1 gig, high profile national show. It's based in LA. It's setting you up in a more direct way for on-camera opportunities. So
yeah, well,
I
Lisa
think,
Ling had
the
started there.
takeaway-
Anderson Cooper had started there. I had so many predecessors that I could look to and say, wow, I could have a career like them. So
So it's the takeaway there is you have to make sure it hits enough check marks before you pull the trigger, I think.
yeah, if you can't use your gut, you can go to lists. I always do the checklist of pros and cons.
Yep.
And then you go from there. We also encountered a crazy storm. So
That we did. Yeah.
So we're driving home. First of all, we're on the plane and we're watching NASA lift off the Dragon, which is so cool. I didn't realize that was Elon Musk's
I didn't
thing.
either.
Yeah, he had COVID,
SpaceX,
so he
yeah.
couldn't go. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, apparently he tested positive for COVID a couple times and couldn't go. So it sucked for him. But I was obsessed with watching this. I always love watching space launches because I want to go to space so bad. And so I was like, oh, Kelsey, I hope we don't miss it. And then, of course, we got delayed. And we're feeling this wind smacking the plane and this rain. It was crazy. So
Well, then we look at the weather and it's saying it's going to start lightning, thunder and lightning. We're like, great, we're screwed.
I know. I was
Great.
like, we're screwed. And I started thinking, I'm like, oh my God, it's a 6-hour drive. We'll get home at 4 a.m. This is going to be terrible. Luckily, we did end up taking off because here we are. But the drive home got a little testy. At some points, we couldn't see out the window.
Yeah.
And other times, the car was being taken with the wind. So when I looked online, it said tornado watch for our areas. And I'm like, what? And things are flying through the air. It was crazy.
There was a video of a trampoline, Jeff, that was flying down the street in New York.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Jeff, full on tornado watch in all of the tri-state area.
And our power went out, but we missed it, thank God.
Thank
so for the
God.
third time,
Yeah.
I'm getting text from Eversource
But, and I'm going to post my picture maybe today. I've got my Kohler. No, I'll do it this week. I'll do it later. But I've got my Kohler generator that I'm very excited about that is massive. And we will never have to worry about no power again. Because
right.
I got the power now.
That's right. This
Very
thing is a
excited.
monster, Jeff. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
It's a monster. It's
2,000 pounds?
2,000 pound
Yeah.
generator.
A ton.
Yeah,
I
we're
love
not
it.
because there's so many storms back here,
Yeah.
and I have sick parents. I have a studio. We can't be without power here, so you have to treat it almost like a commercial situation where you have to go with the big guys, and so
Take the power into your own hands.
yeah, I was like, I'll never not have the power.
I love it.
I
Well,
want to
and
I want to do a boomerang and just keep playing the music. I've got the power. and
I love
dance
it.
all
Perfect.
around it.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Kelsey, this might be our reel for today.
Oh
It's perfect.
yeah.
Oh my god,
Throw
with
some
my
music in there.
horrible voice. So yeah, that was pretty wild, but luckily we got home okay, and yeah, I think we're gonna go get COVID tested probably later this week
Yep.
before my parents arrive, so we feel
Yep.
like safe and good. And I think the new rules, based with the caretaker too, is that you have to, anybody who comes in the house that isn't quarantined with us has to be COVID tested. So, it's going to be challenging for my parents because they haven't been here in a year. They haven't over a year. They haven't seen their family. Family's going to want to see them. But how do you do that in the height of COVID again? And so, and then at the same time, you've got mental health you have to worry about for everybody, right? Like it's almost like the risk is worth it in a sense for the people they really truly can't live without seeing. So we're going to have to figure out like open ventilated areas, COVID tests for everybody, masks galore. I've like bought these big hand sanitizer things. I'm going to set up like a table at the entry so that anybody who comes in has to be, fully sanitized and masked. And, we just have to do it as safe as possible. But I don't know if we're going to be doing the big Thanksgiving dinner with family and stuff. There's just no way.
We're not. We officially decided we're gonna just keep it small.
Really?
And it's a tough choice. We're gonna go to Laura's grandfather's window and do like either dessert or cocktails with him before. And we'll just sit outside the window.
It's gonna be so cold, Jeff. How cold is it gonna be, you think?
It'll be probably 40s, which will be very cold.
40s? It's only 40s there? It's gonna be 18 tomorrow night.
I think 'cause you guys-
18.
Maybe you're closer to the ocean. Sometimes when you're close to the
Yeah.
water on the coast, it gets
Yeah.
cool.
18.
We'll see how it is. I mean, if it's really cold in Indiana, we might not be able to do it. But it's funny because I've lived in LA for so long. I kind of like the cold. Like it's nice. It's a nice change of pace. I find it to be very refreshing and brisk.
I agree for now. Like this morning I went outside just before the show to meditate, and it's actually pretty warm with the sun on you. So I sat outside, I did my meditating, and I was just in this long sleeve t-shirt and I was fine. But 18 degrees does not sound fun. And I was like, okay, so all the like crazy wacky ideas we thought about, like maybe moving to the East Coast permanently, I already know are out the window. We're going to be here for like a short time. We're going to be like, yeah, we'll come back Connecticut in the spring, in the summer. This is going to be a bi-coastal situation.
A bi-coastal one. It's fun.
Ooh, excuse me.
I agree with you, Jeff. It's like I've been in how's lady.
I don't know. I don't see her anymore.
Oh, lady.
But
I mean, I grew up in Seattle, right?
she's probably in my nostril or in my ear.
So that's probably why you just hiccuped. She's in here. Lady. What's I saying? Oh, yeah. Growing up in Seattle, it's like I'm so used to it. But then being in LA for 4 years, like it's kind of fun to throw on a puffy jacket. And like yesterday, I mean, I got to wear my fun like faux fur, but like fur jacket, and it's nice, but it's nice for a little bit.
Yeah, Kelsey, I go,
And then-
Kelsey, did you pack well for winter? And she's like, well, I have this jacket. I go, Kelsey, that's like decorative jacket. That's for like 40-degree weather. That is
That's
not
like
going to
cute
keep you
weather.
warm in below zero weather. But I was like,
That's the
luckily,
throw pillow of jackets is basically what you
Yeah.
got.
But it's so cute.
but luckily we have plenty here. I have like my big Eddie Bauer warm ass jacket too. I have so many jackets. We're gonna be fine. But what I do think we need to invest in is like when I did New Year's Eve, I had these faux fur lined leggings, like black leggings. They add a little girth to you, but they're worth it. So I think we'll be getting some of those, and maybe
I'm into it. Some long johns. My mom sent me her 20% off at REI for all of you Pacific Northwesters who know what REI is.
I'm about to learn what REI is.
Great outdoor.
Well, because I've also stolen some of my dad's items,
Yeah.
his warm things. Like he has this big warm flannel that's like my favorite thing in the world. If you've followed me on Instagram, you've seen me wearing it probably a lot. It's like blue plaid thingy. But I'm gonna have to give him back his stuff now, so I might need to go and
We'll get some
purchase a few
flannels.
items. We'll go to Walmart.
Cute. I love it.
Go to Walmart and buy a few things.
So fun.
It is funny though.
Or
Kelsey,
Sam's
even
Club.
as, like,
We're going to Sam's Club anyway to get our reindeer.
There you go.
They
I love
had
Sam's
warm
Club.
stuff.
We'll hunt. We'll let you guys know. what we find.
We'll go back to Sam's Club.
Exactly.
Well, we are going back this weekend, so I'm excited.
I was gonna say, Kels, it's funny. I know what you mean about the style of winter clothes, even as a guy.
Yeah.
Like, if I get to throw on a pea coat and like a scarf, sometimes I feel like I'm like a classy scholar or something.
Right.
It's hard to explain.
No.
But you know what I mean?
I'm the same way. I'm like, I get to throw on my
I'm a classy scholar.
Jeff's a classy
I
scholar.
can't. You make me laugh so much. I love it.
No, but I agree with you. I'm like, I'm gonna throw on my cute little boots and my like little fun jacket, little hat. I have this cute, I have not unveiled it yet, you guys, but I have a cute leopard bucket hat. It's phenomenal.
Nice.
Oh my Lord.
We're gonna
It's
have
me,
to bring
Kelsey.
it out.
I can't.
It's me, Kelsey.
I'm dying.
I should have worn it yesterday, but
Wait, did we didn't discuss that our newsletter went out this morning. So if you haven't signed up for our mailing list, now is the time. And you might want to just send an email to Kelsey and say, hey, I want the newsletter, because we unveiled a beauty tutorial, how I do my makeup every day, and the products I'm using, and they're all clean. So if you want to embark on a clean beauty journey, I've really done the work for you at this point to know what products are amazing. And Kelsey, of course, really deserves all the credit because she shortcutted everything for me as well. And then I tested some things out myself as well that I loved. So everything that I use is in there. And we're going to be rolling out other newsletters with my favorite skin products, my favorite clean hair products now, like everything that I'm using to help you guys on the journey. And then we also reached out to some of the brands to see if they would give you guys discounts. And some of them actually got back and said yes. So if you click the links that she included in the newsletter, you can get discounts on some of the products. And then we're still working some of the other people, and I think they'll all come on board at some point too. One of the things I love is having access to everybody through, you know, what I've done in my career. So whether it's getting cool gifts that we can share with you guys or discounts, I'm always going to hustle that up for you guys. But everything that I'm giving you is 100% non-sponsored, totally honest advice. And that's really important to me because I feel like there are enough people selling you guys shit that they don't really believe in. And so I think that, you know, I've earned a trust with you guys over the years, and I continue to honor it with you. So check that out. Last thing I wanted to get to today is the fact that I'm so happy we are one step closer to having this house ready for my mom and dad.
yes.
We got all this IKEA furniture, Jeff. Kevin ordered everything. I'm out there with the measuring tape, figuring it all, you know, what, you know, we have lengthwise and widthwise for stuff. And then Jen, our friend down here who has been helping us, has been putting the furniture together. And the room was just like a mess. You couldn't make heads or tails of anything. And then I came up with a really great quote. Can't make sense of a mess. Or can't make sense
in a
mess.
In a mess.
Yeah. So, Jeff, I thought of you instantly.
Uh-oh.
Because you love living in a mess. And the truth is, I know what we ordered, and I couldn't make sense of all these pieces because there was stuff everywhere, and there was a bed, and it wasn't set up, and all this stuff. So I got in there this morning, and I went into like leader mode, and I'm like, okay, pull everything out that doesn't belong in here, put everything where it belongs, set up the bed, roll it out, let's look at the pieces we have. And then it was so easy to figure out what went where. And then we started moving everything where they went, wherever they were supposed to go. And I put a story up on Instagram. Haven't fully decorated yet, but it was like we're one step closer. And then we're shifting all the bedrooms around in here because we have the caretaker coming, and we need to make sure we have a bathroom just for my mom and dad so that they're safe and they don't have to worry about anybody contaminating. And so it's been kind of wild. And this weekend's going to be a lot of shifting. I have to move my bedroom into my parents' old bedroom. Kelsey's moving her bedroom down here to the other bedroom. It's kind of wild.
It's kind of wild.
Musical chairs.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, it was cool to watch Maria go in there because I'm standing on the outside like, yeah, none of this it's looked the same all week to me. It's like, yeah, Jen's putting it together. It's coming together, but you can't tell. Like, you can't tell at all. So then Maria comes in. She's like, Kelsey, come here. We're going to move this, move that, move that, move this. And hello, it's an actual bedroom now.
Yeah, it's
it
like the
was
clouds
actually
parted and
truly
the sun came out and the birds started chirping.
the
and
rainbow. Like,
one of them landed on my shoulder.
yeah,
And
exactly, exactly. But it was like everything was already together.
yeah.
That
Are
was
you
it.
excited, Maria, to like make it feel like a home a little bit? I mean, I know it's been you and Kelsey camping out, but I would think you'd have to be excited to have your parents here. And that's the holiday feeling to me. Is I know we're playing it safe, but when you can have some family around, that really gets you in the mood.
Yes and no. I have been really excited, but they also come with some baggage of different people that I'm going to have to be involved with that are very challenging to be around. Let's just put it like that. That are extremely challenging to be around. Not just me. Everybody feels that way. And so I've definitely had some anxiety over it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And also I'm a little stressed because it has just been me and Kelsey, and we have a flow and we have our workflow and we are working from here. So now this place is going to be crawling with people. So we have to put boundaries in place. And so we're not going to have visitors until after 6 p.m. It's like we have a work day. We're going to do our work. And that's that. So we've been trying to finesse it the last couple days, trying to figure out how are we going to be able to work and live here with so many people at the same time, because we're all working from home and it's just not easy to do all of that.
And we're in such a good flow too, where it's like you said, we don't want to interrupt the flow. So that's part of the reason why, Jeff, I'm moving downstairs. So it's going to be kind of our little our
This
little
is our
workspace
our
down
work
here.
cave.
Yeah.
Everything's all ours down here, and it'll be our own space. But you know, the other good thing too, I mean, first of all, I love my parents. I love being with my parents. So I am super excited to have them. I'm so excited for my dad's soups.
Oh, I know.
My dad's food is going to be off the hook.
I'm requesting the chickpea soup.
Yeah, he'll make
a good one.
He'll make us good soups. So I'm
And
really
we'll show you
excited.
guys. Maria and I were talking about that.
Yeah,
when
we'll start
Costas
filming
cooking.
it. Yeah, we'll do like some
love
segments with my dad for sure.
Cooking with Costa.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, we should do a whole one newsletter with one of his like soup recipes. That's the easiest.
That's a great idea.
So that people know, because one of the great things that Kelsey did last Sunday, she made a soup for the week, and that soup was the gift that kept on giving.
Truly.
We kept eating it and eating it and eating it, and it was clean, it was healthy, it was easy. You popped it in the microwave. I know that's not the best thing in the world. Heat it up and done. And so I'm a big fan of soups. So we will shoot a little tutorial with my dad and put it into a newsletter for you guys. So don't forget to go to mariamenounos.com, sign up for the newsletter.
And I have to say, Steph said she loved the newsletter and she trusts your recommendations 100%.
Thank you, Steph.
So get on there, you guys.
And if you guys saw the newsletter, if you have any tips to make it more user-friendly or easier for you guys, we are going to be changing the company that we use for that formatting, so it is a lot better. But like I noticed some of the things that were in the middle were a lot of kind of like, hey, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to do this, and we never said keep scrolling for the video. So I want to make sure that it's easy for you guys to get what you want. And of course, there's certain things that help us along the way, and we work super, super hard on this show. So you know, whether it's sharing it with a friend or following us and subscribing, leaving us a comment, or answering even the questions really help us so much when you guys answer those. So thank you. If you haven't joined us on Patreon, you missed an amazing workshop last week with Reiki Master Patty Penn. A lot of tears were flowing. It's an exclusive way to be in proximity and in connection with some of the greatest experts in the world, and you know, world-renowned healers, doctors, and experts of all kinds. So join us at Patreon. Click the link tree in my Instagram at Maria Menounos or at Better Together with Maria, and join us on Patreon. Everyone is loving it. I know, Jeff, you're very close to sharing a little testimonial from our Patreon members with everyone so they can see what they're missing out on. But
and I do want to say, Maria, just quickly, you mentioned that the workshop was last week, and even if you missed it live, it's now in the $10 feed. So if you're having FOMO and you want more Patty Penn, I feel like you'd be crazy not to sign up right now. Just that $10 tier, you get full access to that and every workshop we've done. So it's
And
definitely worth
ad-free
checking out.
shows and extra content. So
And everyone in the chat, gotta call out my chat. Oh my gosh, that workshop was so impactful. The workshop was so fun. You guys, it was such a good one.
yeah,
Such a good one.
yeah, and they're getting better and better. Who do we have on deck next, Jeff?
Deirdre Hayde.
Deirdre. Guys,
Yep.
Deirdre is one of our most listened to episodes too. People love her. I love her. She's a mystic. She is so wise. And what are we going to do with her? Have we decided?
I am chatting with her this week
Okay,
to
cool.
decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's going to be in December. Amazing.
Probably like the first week. We'll let you guys know, but I'm excited.
Amazing. Well, I'm always excited. Those are so much fun. It's like getting a free healing session with somebody.
It really is.
So these people who would be out of reach financially to most people and out of reach even in general, because sometimes you can't even get appointments with a lot of these people, you have access through the Patreon. And that's, I think, kind of the greatest gift that I can give you guys is my access. And that's what I love about being able to do this show is I can give you access to all of the most amazing experts, whether it's just through these interviews or even more intimately with the Patreon. So join us over there. And I think that's it, other than one last thing. I did see something, and I am obsessed with Egypt. I want to go to Egypt someday. And they unearthed some mummies yesterday or something that were unbelievable. So I know, Jeff, you have some media to share, but these were archaeologists in Saqqara that were unearthing hundreds of previously unearthed coffins, okay, with well-preserved bodies inside. So the tourism and antiquities minister told a news conference that the items date back to the Ptolemaic dynasty that ruled Egypt for some 300 years, from about 320 BC to 30 BC. So look at these coffins and the mummies inside. You see them all bound up. It's bananas. See their feet like perfectly up. If you are just
crazy.
listening to this, it's worth going to our YouTube, sign up, join us on video, and see Jeff's pretty face every day. But really, we're going to be rolling more media like this into shows, so it'll be fun for you guys. But I found this so interesting. I love Egypt, and I love Egyptian history, and of course I love NASA. So you're always going to see stuff like that here with me, because
It's pretty crazy.
or the dodo.
Or the
Yes.
dodo.
I think I open my eyes and just go to Twitter to watch the dodo now.
I think
It
you
makes me
Ugh.
so happy.
I cry every time.
Did you see the guy who went into the big mud thing in Poland to pull out the eagle?
Yeah.
No, but I'm already hearing about it, like welling up. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see it.
Jeff, It was a
amazing.
good one.
Anyway, tomorrow, guys, we're going to be chatting. We have an amazing show. We're going to be chatting with a friend of the show, Elisa Vitti. You might remember her from earlier this summer. We chatted with her about Flow Living, her company, and how she beat PCOS and how she's helping other women understand their cycles and their bodies more. Well, we're going to be chatting with her about an under-discussed journey around menopause. This is going to be a conversation that has a ton for you, no matter what age you are. But I think because she has things that you have to do in preparation for those years. So it's kind of like prepping before you even get there so that you don't get it too early and that you make it easier along the way. She's amazing. You guys are going to love her. And that is tomorrow. In the meantime, follow us at Better Together with Maria, at Jeffrey Crane Graham, at Kelsmeyer2. If the ladybug was still here, I would give her an Instagram account, but I
At
think she's
lady
officially
underscore
left. Did I
bug.
eat her accidentally? Did she go in my mouth?
Maybe.
Those hiccups, Maria.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So funny. In the meantime, be nice people, make good choices, and be present.